Hi, Finny. You say hello.
La.
Hello. Oh, don't touch the red dot. It will stop recording. You want to sit with me?
La.
Hello. Hey guys, what's up? It is the beginning of the ContemporaryAthon, so I've got some updates for you. It is 1:30 in the afternoon. Are you going to shake this?
La. La.
There you are. See? Hello.
La.
Okay. I know. You're so cute and everybody loves you. Let me do you the updates, okay?
La.
Okay. So, I've been reading a lot. I actually have finished one challenge so far, which was the graphic novel, Bloom by Kevin Panetta. This is illustrated cover, is what it covers challenge-wise. Man, I feel out of practice vlogging. So, I read this morning from start to finish. All right, let's try that again. Kids. So I finished Bloom this morning. This is my illustrated cover. Covered that challenge. It was, I finished it, I started and finished it this morning. I gave it 4 stars. I really, really enjoyed it. The art is very pretty. It's all the same blue tones. It is a male-male romance about a kid whose parents own a bakery and he has to stay and help them with their shop when his sister gets married and moves away. But he doesn't want to do that with his life. He doesn't really know what he wants to do with his life. And then in comes the other guy who is not from around. Why have I already forgotten their names? Hector, who's just moved in for familial reasons and has started to go to culinary school for baking. So he kind of becomes part of Ari's life, and it's a cute little romance story. I saw a lot of reviews that the reason they gave it lower than a full 5 stars or less is because they didn't like Ari, the main character, and I thought he was a very believable teenager. So my 4-star wasn't because of that. I just wish there was more in general. But as a slice of life, it was a definitely good read and I really recommend it. And that's about it. It was a very quick read because while it is thick, there's not a whole lot of dialogue, and there are pages where they do, let me see if I can do one without spoiling it. There's like montages of moments, especially when it comes to baking, that I really, really liked. And of course now I can't find one. Oh, here. I don't know, I don't want to spoil it. But instead of there being a lot of conversations, there'd be a 2-page spread of a montage of scenes, like going through a baking process, and really moved the story along. Definitely recommend it. Check it out. Good things. So then I picked up Foolish Hearts by Emma Mills, and I read this while my baby napped this morning, so I am about 80 pages in. I don't think I'll finish it today, but I will definitely have it finished by tomorrow, and then I don't know what I'll pick after that. I'm really enjoying it so far. It definitely reminds me of This Adventure Ends, also by Emma Mills. She's got a very good voice for characters and having distinct characters. I feel like she's good at writing moody, angsty female main characters, and that is no exception so far in this story. She's got like a little bit of sarcasm going on. The main character's name is Claudia. It kind of starts out that she has to do an assignment with this girl. She kind of walked in on like a situation that this girl, Iris, did not want her to be a part of. And so Iris kind of has it out for Claudia, and then they got stuck together to write this assignment, but Iris doesn't want to like work with her, so the project doesn't go well. And because of that, the teacher's extra credit is to say, okay, you two have to audition for the play Midsummer Night's Dream. And the thing with the play is that even if you don't get cast in it, just auditioning means that you have to be part of the crew. So now they're kind of stuck in this thing together, and so far that's basically all that's happened. I'm enjoying it so far. I really like friendship building. I don't know how people write high school books that are out of high school, because having to like time out class periods and homework schedules, especially if they also have to like time homework around work, you know what I mean? There's a lot to juggle that I feel too far removed from, so I wouldn't be able to do it. But so far I'm really liking it. I think Emma Mills is really strong at writing high school characters and friendships and relationships. So I'm excited to see where this goes. It does have a lot of gaming in it. Now, I'm not like a World of Warcraft kind of person. I just never played it. I probably would be into it, which is part of the reason I've avoided it. But I have played like Skyrim and other RPGs, and that's basically what the main character Claudia plays. Her older sister got her into it, and then she got her brother and her best friend into it. So there's a huge part of this book that relies heavily on gaming and sort of knowing a basis in gaming, and she does a good job explaining it just enough that if you don't game, it won't affect your ability to grasp / understand / appreciate what's happening. But I really like that. I don't feel like you see enough gaming representation in young adult literature, and I feel like gaming is such an important part in a lot of people's lives, especially readers. I know a lot of readers that play a lot of video games, so I just feel like we need to see more representation of that in YA. That was long-winded. I also have started the audiobook because I just went on like a 2.25 mile walk with Finn. The audiobook for Far From the Tree by Robin Benway. I did not expect to get choked up, but I got choked up a lot. This is a story about 3 different people who are siblings, and that their birth mother is all the same woman, and they all were given up by her. So the main character, Grace, I don't want to give too much away. I went into this pretty blind, but it's a very emotional story about adoption, about where you come from, about whether you want to find out about where your roots are or meet the siblings. Do you want more cookies? And it has a lot to do with, in the beginning anyway, pregnancy and birth and the feeling of that, and it really got me, honestly. I was like walking, like trying not to cry, and I was like, I'm gonna text Lacey later today and be like, you didn't prepare me for this. I am buddy reading this with Brianna over at Coffee Books and Bullet Journals. She is probably gonna finish this today, and it's a 9-hour audiobook. I and she are both listening to it at 2 times speed, so I'm 1 hour and 15 minutes in, which means that I will not finish this today, but we're very good at casual buddy reads, so I am interested to see what she thinks as it goes. I'll definitely be behind her in that, but I'm liking it so far. So far this ContemporaryAthon has been a success. I am enjoying everything I'm reading, which is really great. Oh, I also started On the Come Up by Angie Thomas, but I'm reading it ebook, so I kind of been reading it in the in-between, so I'm only 2 chapters in. But that's about a young girl named Bree who wants to be a rapper, but her mom is a solo parent. Her dad was killed, I believe, when she was 12. She's got an older brother. I'm only 2 chapters in. But anyway, she wants to rap. And at the same time, her mom is like, you need to do well in school, and you need to score high on the SATs. You need a scholarship to get into college. You need to do something with your life. And Bree's like, well, what about what I want? So that's how that's starting. Angie Thomas is just a really good writer, so I'm expecting to like that. Now, at this point, I have September's OwlCrate box. So I'm going to go ahead and unbox this. If you do not want any spoilers for the OwlCrate box, I would skip ahead and I will put down the timestamp down below, but I'm going to unbox this right now. And, yeah, timestamp. Alright, so OwlCrate, September edition. I'm really excited about this because it didn't focus very heavily on many fandoms. It's mostly just supposed to be spooky stuff with the one book, obviously. I have an idea of what the book is. I'm pretty sure I'm right. But I'm excited about the items since they're all supposed to be spooky stuff. So we'll see. Fear of the Night. This is the spoiler warning card. Very, very cool. Love the art. Fingerless gloves. Keep your bones warm with fingerless gloves. Finn wants to come over and mess with stuff. Here, you can play with this. Don't eat it though. So let me try and put, oh, perfect. I see the thumb hole now. Super cool. I'll probably wear them, honestly, I'm not gonna lie. Especially if I keep going on walks, even when it gets colder with this kid. He's like really into walks lately because I started doing it as just a habitual way to get out of the house now that the kids are in school and he gets really bored. And now if I don't go on a walk, like when all the kids are home or like it's busy or whatever, he goes to the stroller and he like hits it and he brings me his shoes and he wants to go. So I'm assuming I'm gonna try and keep up as long as I can when it gets cold. A trinket dish. Fill this beautiful trinket dish with your jewelry, treasures, or candy. It will serve as a daily reminder of the power you possess. I need a trinket dish for my jewelry, so this is actually very, very cool. Beware, for I am fearless and therefore powerful. Mary Shelley wrote Frankenstein. I like it. I'm actually, okay, so this month the book box came with an additional specific Penguin horror book outside of the main book. And when I saw the options that would have come with, I had two that I really wanted, and I'm so glad what I can see is what we're getting, because I've read it already, so I know I like it, but also there's a TV show out, so guess is welcome. Ooh, coffee. Oh, it smells really good. Caramel and corn. Caramel corn. I don't like caramel corn, but this smells really good. I want to open it and smell it. Oh wow, yeah, it smells delicious. Plus with, I have my Silk Pumpkin Spice Creamer right now. Perfect, but what a cute little bag. And there's a coupon code to get more if I want it. So next is that Penguin Classics book. And if you hadn't already guessed, it is The Haunting of Hill House by Shirley Jackson. I read this for a readathon in October of 2 years ago, I think. And if you get like the real edition, it's got that matte cover and it was real nice. I got it from the library. So I'm really excited to have this. And now I want the other ones. Anyway, very stoked. Got a little sampler of The Beautiful Will Bleed, or whatever. Well, it's called The Beautiful by Renee Attier. I have seen mixed reviews. Friends of mine are either DNFing it entirely or loving it. I'll read the sampler and see. Maybe I'll read it today. Next up is, let's see, there's the art, Beware the Autumn People by Ray Bradbury. I do love Ray Bradbury. We've got our OwlCrate exclusive package, and then next month's theme is Dawn of a New World. So it looks like it's going to be sci-fi. An exclusive item for your kitchen from Little Inklings Design. I'm going to see if I can figure out what this is. But I actually really like the cover. It's hit or miss for me, but the book is The Bone Houses by Emily Lloyd Jones. The original is black, I think. Let's see. Yep. I like the original, but this is real nice too. It's got like a nice, see that? Almost like tea pressed with a very cool bookmark. I'm just gonna open it so you can see. Thanks, Finn. So just one of those kinds of bookmarks. The note from the author, obviously. I might add this to my October TBR. I haven't decided yet. Cover. Otherwise, underneath that is. But I'm excited to see how this book goes. And last but not least, here is the pin. I didn't want to show that one yet before the book. All right, that's it. I'm excited. I'm excited about I'm excited about the Shirley Jackson book, as well as the dish and the gloves and the coffee. There's it was a good box. That is it for me, guys. I'm gonna probably make some food. I'm really, really hungry, and I've been having stomach issues the past couple days because it's that time of the month for me, and that always happens. Apparently, it's very common amongst IBS. Do a little ASMR over there. That happens to IBS sufferers, that everything spikes hormonally and then your stomach goes haywire. So, having a good time over here. Afraid to eat. Gonna eat anyway. And get some reading done. I'll see you guys in the next update. Bye. Bye-bye. What's up? It's Tuesday morning. Hi, Finny. We got a face mask on. Let me see, do I have it? Yeah. Just a sample packet. I've shown in past vlogs my Biossance like face stuff, what I wash my face with, what I moisturize with. like a squalene oil. So I had to reorder the oil, and they gave me a sample packet of a squalene and glycolic renewal facial. I'm not really a huge fan. That's what's on my face right now. It's got little, it's supposed to exfoliate. So it's got stuff in it that I don't like. I don't like that kind of exfoliation. But anyway, I'm using it because it was free and it came in samples. And then I'll put this moisturizer, the other sample, on after, and then the oil. So that's what I'm doing right now. I worked out. I read a little bit of Foolish Hearts this morning. I read a few chapters of On the Come Up last night, and I'm loving everything I'm reading right now. Far from the Tree, Foolish Hearts, and On the Come Up. Last night I was watching the Bears game, represent, and they like killed it, but I didn't read last night because of that. So that's where I'm at. I didn't read a whole lot last night except for right before I went to bed. And this morning I read maybe 3 chapters of Foolish Hearts before the kids had to get off to school. So my son will go down for a nap, baby, in like 45 minutes. So I'd like to get a good chunk of reading done then, and I will check in after that. I will talk to you then. Bye. Do I look comfy? Just on the couch, like reading. There's just like there's a part in this book in Foolish Hearts by Emma Mills. So like I mentioned yesterday that it has to do with gaming and boy bands, and like I've been relating a lot to a lot of the parts, especially, well, those parts. But there's also like a scene where they're joking about this one guy and his personality and saying that he loves soggy cereal, and so maybe he's a serial killer, but like I love soggy cereal and my husband makes fun of me about it like all the time. But I'd rather have soggy cereal than crunchy cereal. In any case, I'm like laughing about the boy band that they're into or whatever. So this takes place in Chicago, which is where I live. And so like when the boy band's in town, they're at Soldier Field, which is where I saw BTS in May. And like I'm just having a real good time. They just had a scene where they're like analyzing the fact that like the lead guy and or like the favorite guy in this band is wearing a shirt that he wore at like the specific tour, and it's Gucci, and I'm like, the relations are crazy. In any case, I am really enjoying this. Having a good time with it. The way that the main character is acting is annoying, but in that way that you're like, this is so teenager. Like, it's perfect. I think that I've been in situations like that where I would rather think the worst of someone's actions and reactions than believe them. Like, in terms of a guy expressing feelings or flirting or whatever and being like, he doesn't really mean that. Like, that's just, I'm not worthy of that kind of reaction, and it's gonna go wrong for me. So, like, let's just pretend it's not happening. Like, it's really annoying to me as an adult, but, like, that was me as a teenager too. So I'm really liking the characters. Emma Mills writes really good characters. That's really the update. I am going to keep reading this. I'm waiting for groceries. My baby is napping. I'm hoping to finish this before he wakes up. So we'll see. And then we'll go on our walk and I'll listen to more of Far From the Tree. But that's my update. I just had to say something because the Gucci shirt and like analyzing it just happened, and I think it's so fucking funny. Okay, bye. Holy shit, I feel like a hot mess. I have not been updating my vlog because of some like personal physical issues lately, and what the hell? They've been resolved. We're good. We're good now. I was going to daily vlog the ContemporaryAthon and I just didn't, but I have been reading, so I have some updates for you all. What have I read? I've read 3 books so far, so 3 challenges down. I am strongly into my 4th challenge. I think that I am doing very well pace-wise. 3 books in 3 days. My goal is 7. We're gonna see what happens, but oh, hold on a second. It's beer o'clock. So, about that ContemporaryAthon. I figured it is time for an update on where I'm at, what I'm doing. We're gonna do like a 2 vlog. I think I'm going to break this up into 2 vlogs. So I'm not doing a week-long vlog. I'm just gonna have this filmed and uploaded, and then the rest of the weekend, the remaining books will come next Monday if everything works out well. It's been a week, but we're all good. We are okay. So I'm gonna update you on my books, and also I said I was gonna like save unboxings, album unboxings for Jimin's birthday, which is coming up in October, but Target had a buy two get one free sale, and so here we go. I was gonna do one every day like Melanie over at Melt to the Any, but I just don't have that kind of willpower. So we're just gonna open them at the end of this update. So if you don't care about BTS, then that's cool. Move along when I tell you to move along. But if you're here for the bookish updates, let's get to them. I finished Bloom, which I've talked about already, so we're gonna move on from that. That is the illustrated cover. I also finished my second book of ContemporaryAThon that I finished yesterday, was Foolish Hearts by Emma Mills. Oh my god, I loved it. 5-star. I think in order to 5-star it, you have to relate to one of the main focuses, and some of the focuses in this book rely heavily on gaming, like World of Warcraft style gaming, MMORPGs or RPGs. If you've played any of those kinds of games, you'll relate to a good percentage of this book. I'd say maybe 10%. It's kind of a background story, but our main character, Claudia, games with her brother and her much older sister. Now, I am 12 years older than my youngest sibling. My sister and I are 4 years apart, and my brother was a surprise. And when I moved out, he was only 6. So later in life, we kind of bonded only through gaming. That was back in my Call of Duty days. So we'd play a lot of Call of Duty online multiplayer, and he'd be at home living with my parents, and I'd be living with my now husband, was boyfriend at the time, and we'd be playing video games. And that's like the only thing we really related on. Now we're much better friends because he's almost 20, so like he's an adult now. But back in the day, that was how we got along. So like, it really hit home with me, the fact that our main character and her brother and her much older sister, who is, I believe her older sister's the one that introduces her to this online gaming world. So like, it really hit home with me. The second part of it, which is unshocking if you just watch the intro to this clip, is that she gets into a boy band based on a friendship that she manages to make through this book. And that boy band, I don't know if they're called Tion or like Shun, because it's Tion capital. It stands for like time is, I don't know, time is our now, something like that. And it just has some really great descriptions of what it means to be in a fandom and what it means to like boy bands or like particular people within a boy band. And I think that boy band people get a really bad reputation for like being like thirsty as hell for all the people in the band, and it's just like not always the case. I won't say it's not the case because that would be a lie, but it's not always the case. And I think the description of boy bands and like the information given is just so on point. Also, it takes place in Chicago, or like a burb of Chicago, which is where I am. And so like when they do go see the boy band, they see them at Soldier Field, which is like not my first concert. My first concert ever was Spice Girls when I was way back, but I was a huge NSYNC fan. And the first time I ever saw NSYNC, my next door neighbor who I grew up with was a big NSYNC fan as well. So our dads took us and my little sister to Soldier Field to watch NSYNC perform like some really dirty songs back in the day. So Soldier Field and boy bands to me are like one big thing. When I saw BTS back in May, it was at Soldier Field. So like, I really, really, in my heart, related so hard to this story. Aside from those things, though, there were some very impactful things that happened friendship-wise and relationship-wise, and just kind of going through your own inner demons that are affecting how you move through the world. I think the character could be very irritating at times with the way she reacted to things. She finds out a secret that's been kept from her, and she reacts so selfishly. But she's also like a senior in high school or like a junior in high school. I think it's very relatable. I think I said in a previous clip that I really aligned with her and like things she went through affecting who she is today and having to work through that. So 5 stars. I am going to read the rest of Emma Mill's backlist titles because I have loved and 5-starred both of the stories I've read from her. So, book number 2, this is yellow on the cover. Should have got a straw. And today I finished. So I've been listening to this on audiobook. I loosely buddy read it with Brianna over at Coffee Books and Bullet Journals. Wow. Over at Coffee Books and Bullet Journals. I love Brianna. If you haven't checked her out, please do. She's such a good person, and I love buddy reading with her. The first one we ever read together was Red, White, and wow, I can't talk today. Red, White, and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston. And like, what a book to start our buddy reading friendship off with. But we decided, since we both had this on our TBR, that we would like listen to it together and talk, and she finished it in like basically a day. So I listened to it on my daily walks with my baby, and also when I like was doing chores around the house. So I got it done today. And the funny thing is that it made me cry so much. I haven't even told you what it is yet, but it did make me cry a lot. And like, I tried really hard not to as I'm walking through our community with my son in a stroller with like tears coming out. Like, if anyone saw me, they're like, oh, that crazy woman's crying again. But that is Far from the Tree by Robin Benway. This is a story that is there's a lot of like trigger warnings for family and death and adoption and the feelings that come with both being adopted and giving up your own child for adoption. It's the whole point of the story is you're seeing 3 different perspectives, and all 3 perspectives are, I should also mention that I went into this completely blind, so none of this was something that I knew, and I think it really did affect how I reacted to it. So if you want to read this and you want to be completely shocked by things, skip ahead of my description. I will put a time link down here to let you know when to skip ahead, but like, or just like scoot ahead till I put this book down. I'll hold this book up until the spoilers are done, because it really hit me not knowing anything, which is funny because my girl Lacey over at Lacey D. Bell has been talking about this book since we became friends, and I've just been putting it off and putting it off. Not for any reason except just like, I have to be in the mood to read contemporary when I'm reading contemporary, and it just fit. So I like picked it this time, and I slept on it. Total 5-star read for me. All right. It's about 3 siblings. They don't know they're siblings because they've all been adopted. So their biological mother is the same woman. They all got adopted out. They're like a year apart from each other. And the main girl that you start with decides she wants to find her birth mother because of like situations she's been through. And it starts this whole story about finding relationships with siblings you had and you didn't know you had. And like, my heart was so invested in these characters and the things they went through and their individual lives that have brought them to the point they're at and what they decide to do with the circumstances they've been handed. And it was just, it pulled on the right heartstrings without being cheesy or like over dramatic or like overdone. I just really, really loved this book. Total 5 stars. I can't tell you which one I liked more because they're both very different stories, but they're both very good, and I 5-star them both. So I've got a 4-star in Bloom by Kevin Panetta, and I've got 2 5-stars with Foolish Hearts by Emma Mills and Far from the Tree by Robin Benway. And then lastly, what I'm currently reading and not totally loving, and I'll give you the reasons in a minute because I feel like they're different from the reasons that I've seen people talk about, and that is Fixer Up by Tessa Bailey. So what I've heard, so obviously our hosts that have read this have loved it, and some of the people that I really like respect on BookTube and watch regularly really love this book. And I haven't really I'm on page 100, so nothing smutty has happened yet, and maybe it'll come up, like maybe it'll come back around for me then. Right now it's a solid 3-star read. I'm hoping we end at a 4-star. I don't see it being a 5-star, but I don't hate it, and I'm not like forcing myself to read it. The problems I have with it are thus. I did see some people complaining about it once like the initial reviews were in. There were like not stoked on it. It mostly had to do with the main love interest, guy character, Travis. I was like, I can only remember his last name. Travis. I don't have a whole lot of issues with him yet, though the idea that he keeps calling the love interest female, baby girl, even though they're like not together and he like, it's his best friend's little sister. It seems out of sorts, yes, and like the fact that he keeps using it even after he's recognized that like maybe he shouldn't call her that. It's weird, and it's mostly weird because I don't like pet names. I'm not a big fan. At worst, I call my husband Babe, and that's when I'm like, hey babe. Like, it's not like, I don't really have pet names for people. Never have, never will, so that's weird. But it's not him that's driving me nuts. It's the main characters, Georgie's family. They're a bunch of dicks. I told Lacey when I was telling her earlier, like, they are just a bag of dicks family. Like, she works as a clown for kids' birthday parties, and the job brings her joy, and she's happy, and she loves it, and all they do is like belittle her, and they mock her, and they make fun of her, and she like holds this like gathering, and they don't show up, her two siblings, because they just forget, and they have like no reason for it, and they also don't really care. They're like, oh, it's just Georgie, and I'm like, who the fuck, what kind of family is this? So that part is like really killing me. I really hate any scene that her older brother is in because I feel like he's a fucking dick and I don't like it. So hopefully once like the romance part between Georgie and Travis pick up, it'll be better. But for right now, I am dragging through the scenes that aren't them. So we're starting to get into like a little bit of they're playing a little bit with each other, and I think starting to recognize that maybe something could happen. So we'll see. I'm not gonna like rush through it because I don't know. I definitely won't finish it tomorrow, but like hopefully Friday, and then that leaves me with 2, 4, 5, 6. What am I missing? I read that and that and that, and I still got Maybe in Another Life. Oh, On the Come Up by Angie Thomas. I'm 21% through and absolutely loving it. I don't want to give a whole lot of information, but Brie has like, she wants to rap, but she's got all the other issues in her life. Like her mom is a solo provider for her, and her older brother, who's trying to go to school for psychology, also has to like fund the family by working at a pizza place. And she's in high school, and she has to deal with racism within her high school because her mom sends her to a school outside of the Garden Heights because it's a better school for her, but it's like an art school, so she's a minority in it, and she gets treated as such. And it's just kind of Brianna finding her way in doing what she wants, but also being part of the family. And so far, I love it. I love Angie Thomas's writing, so I'm about almost a quarter of the way through. I hope to get to a quarter tonight, and I'm really digging it. So other than that, I have Maybe in Another Life by Taylor Jenkins Reid to read, and I also have the BTS Universe, Alternate Universe book, The Notes, to read. So that should be pretty easy to get through because it's one of those stories I expect to not be able to put down once I pick it up. So speaking of BTS, if you've reached this point, we are now at the unboxing. So today, Target had a buy 2, get 1 free unboxing, albums or books, and I'm trying not to buy books to fund my BTS collection, and also just like generally I'm gonna start using the library more outside of Book of the Month Club purchases. I might even cancel my OwlCrate subscription just to like try and catch up on my TBR cart. It is, can you see? It's quite full. There's a bottom shelf too. So I'd like to get back over there. I would like to get that kind of narrowed down before I'm like buying tons of books again. So we're gonna go with the most recent one first, which is BTS World, because I never intended to own this because the tracks are fine. Like I really like the BTS tracks, but I'm not like a big instrumental person, and like having, I don't have anything open. I've never really, I don't listen to CDs, but I guess if I want the whole collection, I should probably have this anyway. And the only other option I had in terms of buying albums for the 2 for 3 basically. The buy 2 get 1 free was an album of Tear, which was the same version that I already have, and an album of Persona, which I already had as well. So we're gonna go ahead and unbox this. Black on black like this is one of my favorite fucking things. Obviously black. So got our album and our booklet. Do we also get a poster? I really don't know what the BTS World album comes with because I just look at Jim. I just never intended to ever own it. Is that it? Yeah, okay. Is it open all the way? There we go. There we go, there we go. Feet, the glasses, Jungkook looking weird. There we go. I do play the game. So for anyone that also plays the game, I can leave the code in my description and you can add me. I'm on like level 43, which is not great, but not bad either. Okay, what do we get here? There's the concert ticket, which I don't know if I should here. I don't know what the barcode is. I guess I'll have to like look it up. But super cool. I think the cards all fell out, but I just want to double check. Oh, it's one of those like one side and then you flip it and there's, all right. I'm doing a really good job of this. So perfect. Got knobbed and sleeping. Can't pull these 5-star cards in the game. And Yoongi. That's a good pull because, oh, I do have this card in the game. Bias, one of my wreckers. I was telling my husband today that my biases, my like dual biases, I guess, is where I've come to conclusion as Namjoon and Jungkook, but I think it's because those two people like together embody things that aren't me. Like I'm a total weird hippie person on the inside, but I also like really love fitness and wearing black and like, I don't know, they both just fit me. But then Yoongi is like my husband, who obviously I married, so I love him. So like those 3 are my top 3, and I don't know. I always say this kind of shit and then I'm like, but I'm OT7. That was a good pull. I'm excited about that. So that's that. Which we do first? Answer or her? Let's do her. I don't know. It doesn't matter. I hate editing these. Good lord. Okay. Obviously the album. Beautiful. Not unexpected. Stickers. Cool, cool, cool. The notes. Cool, cool, cool. Who's the card? I don't have one yet, so that's nice. There's a little Jin action for you. Look at him. Look at him. My best friend's bias. The funny thing is that I have one more like old, here's the joke, old school album coming tomorrow. So I'll have one more thing to unbox for the second vlog. I was gonna try and wait. I don't have the patience. Knowing that these exist in my possession. These are so hard to get out of the slide cases. We're on answer now. Does this come with a poster too? Oh, nice. Oh, this is like if you guys watch Run BTS, obviously. I don't know what I'm gonna do with all these posters because I'm not like a poster putter-upper. I think I've said that in past things, but stickers. Oh no. What a fucking cutie. All right, that's it. That's what I got. Those are the cards. Let's see. Nice. All right, that's it. I'm gonna clean this up a little bit. I gotta get the kids in bed and all that other stuff, you know. Living my life and stuff. I'm gonna try and read a little bit tonight, but I can't guarantee anything. I'm tired, and I will update you guys tomorrow. I am hoping to close this vlog out, so let's just close it out, all right? Thank you for being here, guys. I hope your ContemporaryAthon is going as well as mine is. 3 in 3 days. I can't complain. I'm making good progress. I'm hoping to, at the very least, get 6 books read. I think I can do it. I think I can do it. Fingers crossed. I will update you guys tomorrow. Let me know how you guys are doing down below. Let me know what you've read. If you've read any of these, do you have any similar opinions? Are these on your TBR? If either of those that I've talked about today are, I highly recommend reading them. Put them to the front of the line. Yada yada. Alright guys, it's been a while since I've vlogged, so I'm rusty and I didn't take a whole lot of footage, and it's probably still going to be like a 40-minute vlog, and here we are. Like if you like this video, subscribe if you are new here and would like to see more content from me. I post all my social media links down below. You can find me on Goodreads, Instagram, and Twitter. I hope you're having a great day, and I will see you in the next one.